We're asking because journalist Lisa Oxenham turned 50 and there she is holding her birthday cake in one hand and her baby in the other. It's her 4-week-old son, Wolfgang. She spent roughly £40,000 on IVF, wow, including scans and blood tests in order to have her beautiful baby boy, saying her desire to have another baby just never faded. She was writing in the Times and she said she feels better now than she did when she had her first child 9 years ago. But I wonder whether you think that having a child of 50 is just too old. Amanda, what do you think?
She didn't do it on National Health, did she?
No, she spent £40,000 on it. No, she didn't.
£40,000, no.
She paid, no.
No, I think, I thought if you say it generally, you know, I think before you're 50 you should have made your mind up what you were doing, really, and get on with it. But the danger of having a child at that age, I think, is that you've probably paid for a little carer.
To look after you when you get old?
My sister was born like that, and actually, in a way, you know, she was now by the age of grandmother age.
Yes.
So that child is going to have all the problems that the mother's got, and it won't be a little baby. She'll be saying, "Shall I get your crutch out of the cupboard?" You know.
You see, I thought you might say at the age of 90 that looking back now, 50 feels like such a long time ago that it feels almost like childhood. It was just so long ago.
No, it's so long ago.
It's so long ago.
I can't even remember being as young as 50. But no, I said, all that running around and everything you got to do. I just think you probably, you know, you got one. I shouldn't be like that about children.
I think you should be as honest as you want to be.
Honesty to me is I just think you will inflict on that child in 20 years' time. If you've got good health and a young lover and a lot of family, maybe they can all help you. But if not, there's going to come a time when she is going to be a carer.
Do you think that's true?
I mean, it's a very good point. It's certainly something for me. I wanted them really young because I wanted loads and loads and loads of rugrats, and I just wanted to devote my time to them and run around and have fun with them. But I don't really judge women about what time they have babies, because often it's not their fault. Sometimes they could have suffered a whole history of miscarriages, and medical technology and inventions may not have been around back then. And I kind of feel like if you really want a baby and a child, you can offer a financial stability when you're older and perhaps a little bit more patience. There are pros and cons. For me personally, it wouldn't work because I love the idea of being a grandparent. I want to be around for my grandchildren. And I think the problem, the later you leave it, the less likely, you know, it is that you'll be grandparents. So, you know, on the whole, I think younger is better. But I
had a phone call this morning before the show from AJ, age 6. And yes, and he phoned to say, look, Grandma, I'm just phoning because there's something really important to talk about. He's 6. And I just thought, oh no, what's happened? I said, well, darling, what is it? He said, well, you know, when I come and stay with you on Saturday night? I said, yes. He said, what are we doing about the midnight feast? Oh, I thought, God, it is really important. I gave it my full attention. We decided on a couple of Twixes, you know. Cheesy Watsits, we got the whole thing. We had to get it sorted. It was important.
But that's lovely. That's a relationship.
But Diane Keaton just, sadly just passed away. The famous Hollywood actress. She adopted 2 children in her 50s and had a wonderful time. And then lots of Cameron Diaz, Janet Jackson's just had a baby at the age of 50. So it is, I think, getting a bit more.
And Naomi Campbell left it pretty late too. Sam, how old are your kids now?
13 and 18.
Yes.
And if my wife said, we're 50, my wife and I are 50, if she said, listen, I want a third, I would say I respect that, but I can't be bothered. And that's basically how, for me personally, I just couldn't be bothered. It's exhausting. Physically, it's better when you're younger. But I read this piece, and the woman who wrote it said that she felt better able in terms of her professional life, her emotional maturity, her mental maturity, what to expect. She was better prepared. And I thought, yeah. I mean, we were 32 when we first had a child, and it's like, I didn't really feel that prepared for it. Or I realised very quickly that I wasn't that prepared for it, to be honest, mentally or emotionally.
Big wake-up call for you.
It was a big wake-up call that I'm only just coming out of now, to be honest. I'm still exhausted and bewildered by the whole thing. So if I started off again now, I'd probably be in a better position to handle it. But no, not for me. But I respect this woman. She seems to have approached it with her eyes open in a very sensible way.
She's been very lovely about it. She's very nice about it, very honest about it, very nice about it. Let's go to Helen in Cheshire. Helen, what do you think about this?
Hello, Vanessa. I think you're fantastic. I'm probably going to be in the minority, but I don't think it is a good idea. I think sometimes we should go a bit more with nature. You know, our bodies do start changing, and although mentally I know, you know, we can have more wisdom when we're older, but as I was saying to the person when I phoned in, we're foster carers, and I'm 55,
Right.
and I feel more like a grandmother, even though I still do fun stuff and whatever. But I just think that I think it is better to be younger.
How old are the children that you're caring for right now, Helen?
Well, 13. We just got the one. We wouldn't be able to manage more than one. She's 13 and she's with us long term.
Yes.
So by the time she leaves us, which she might be 20, she might be 21, unless she chooses to leave earlier. But you know, I'm going to be old.
Well, you're doing a heck of a good job and an incredibly important job, and I'm really pleased to hear from you because, you know, foster carer knows what it's like to really put the graft and also give all the love and everything else, and it's fantastic to hear from you. I was a grandma at 51. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Because I had the children, you know, pretty young, 24, 27, and I was grandma at 51.
I bet you're fantastic.
And I said that when the baby's born, I'm going to feel such an overwhelming outpouring of love, I'll definitely be able to breastfeed it. That wasn't true, of course. I did sort of think that, though. And there's no question, obviously, you love them much more than you love your own children. You don't think you will, but you definitely do. But you are the grandma. You're not the mum. It's a whole different ballgame, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's such a layer of family support and love having grandparents in your life, and I treasured mine. I hope to become, I mean, I'm nearly 50, and my daughter's...
Gosh, you are right. I did not realise that.
Oh, you didn't say that when I said I was 50.
I thought you looked it. That's why you looked every inch of it, but
No,
she
you
doesn't.
do look
I thought
great.
you
You
were
look
about...
great.
I thought Belinda was about 36.
No, I meant, yeah, sorry, I'm 36 now.
Children were.
know
I'm
that.
very proud. But
Yeah.
my youngest is only 2 years away from being an adult, so in 2 years I'll have all 4 adults, and then I can go and have fun. I'm ready for pipe and slippers and a bit of travelling. If it's a case of starting babies again at 50, not sure about that. I think I'd be pretty exhausted. Now, I'm quite excited about being free in a couple of years. I'll miss them, I love them, but I'm going to do a little bit of
You
travelling.
know what's good
love
about
all the
being a
grandchildren.
grandparent, from my perspective, and why I look forward to it, is that the kids, they love you unconditionally. I think when you're a parent, the kids love you conditionally, don't they?
Yeah, you're not
They
meant
love
to
you
love
when
your
you're being
parents
nice, but if
unconditionally.
you have had to like lay down the law or you've irritated them, they don't love you so much. Whereas I've noticed my kids, they love their grandmothers no matter what. They
But your mother is very lovable.
She's
I've met your
legendary,
mother.
but my mother-in-law is a
lovely
great
mother.
grandmother as well.
Yeah.
They're both great.
All right,
and,
do not forget.